News tonight. The All Progressive Congress, APC, conducts primary election for area councils ahead of February 2022 elections. Scholars at Nafshat's Ramadan lecture highlights the challenges the world faces as a result of COVID-19 pandemic. On the entertainment news, Nigerian child comedian Emanuela Samuel features in an Australian movie titled Survive or Die. Hello and thanks for joining us on NTA Channel 5 News at 7. I am Miriam Emekamadi. The All Progressive Congress, APC, has conducted its primary election for area councils ahead of February 2022 elections in the FCT. Aisha Obale, who monitored the exercise for NTA News, report that it was described as free and fair elections across the 6 area councils.
The exercise conducted across the 6 area councils of the FCT had 10 contestants vying for the chairmanship position and the Abuja Municipal Area Council being the largest. Suleiman Gwagwa, who was declared winner, defeated his closest opponent with 4 votes, Murtala Osman, who had 106 votes, and Yamao Ishaku had 73 votes. With 347 accredited votes and 336 valid votes and 9 invalid votes, the exercise was adjudged fair and free.
Transparently conducted, very nice election, and largely owing to the fact that the party introduced so many innovations and creativity that produced this very smart election.
Some of the delegates who spoke to NTA after casting their votes say they hope to see a more peaceful general elections in the FCT come February 2022.
As the candidate of the party, we are going to work for him, work with the party to make sure that we have the victory by February election.
Those who lost out for today to accept it in good faith, that the party belongs to all of us, and I call on all of us to rally around the candidate so that we can again form another government to be led by him and by our party.
While speaking to the press, Suleiman expresses appreciation to his supporters and assures the people of Amak an inclusive governance.
Well, it's a thing of joy. And one thing I would tell to my callers is that Abuja Municipal Council is a home of everybody.
Similarly, in Buhari, Aude Shekolo emerged winner with 134 votes, defeating 5 other contenders, while Gwagwalada is still pending. Also in Kuje Area Council, Hamidu Seriku Gobe had 97 votes, defeating his closest opponent, Abdullahi Galadima, with 8 votes. In Kwali, where they had a consensus candidate, the Ladibon boy has emerged as a flag bearer. Likewise in Abaji, Muhammad Angululoko emerged winner with 150 votes, defeating 4 others. In Abuja, Aisha Ubali, NTA News.
From politics to religion, the Muslim community of Anu Mosque, Abuja, has taken a bold step towards the realization of the strategic expansion of the mosque, with commitment made by leaders and scholars during the foundation laying and fundraising of the project. Rosemary Motalangbila reports that the spiritual benefit of building a mosque was emphasized.
This historic event in the holy month of Ramadan is another demonstration of uncommon commitment in the propagation of Islam.
It's an opportunity for all of us to give what we have and support Islam, so that the religion of Islam and Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala also will remember us hereafter.
Recounting the figures they went through in ensuring the conception of An-Nur Mosque, DG ICICE commended the efforts by well-meaning individuals and organizations, culminating in the realization of the mosque initiative from inception to date.
We felt it is very, very important for us to expand, the provision of the mosque. This is actually more than a mosque. It's an Islamic center whereby people are treated with dignity and respect.
Laudable project like this expansion, according to FCT Minister, who was represented by Mohammed Bashir, requires all hands to be on deck to promote the religion. International and other speakers, including Minister of Communication and Digital Economy, Isa Aliu Pantami, urged Muslims to support worthy causes through constant sacrifice.
Whatever you donate to this center, you are supporting this center to allow our children and other citizens of our country to acquire knowledge.
Donations and pledges were made towards the completion of the project, proposed to over 3 billion naira. Rosemary Molteleng Bilal, NTA News.
Meanwhile, Muslim Ummah, under the auspices of Forum for Islamic Guidance, has held the second edition of its annual Ramadan lecture in Karo local government area of Nasarawa State. Deborah Gazajimaika reports that this year's lecture, titled Freedom from the Slavery of Sin, is appropriate in view of the current socio-political and economic challenges facing the nation.
Muslim Ummah at the second Ramadan lecture at the Forum for Islamic Guidance were taught by the erudite scholar Ustaz Muhammad Bari Musa that one must be free from sin by obeying consistently Allah's commandments, which include resisting all forms of social vices.
Nigeria was once peaceful and harmonious, even living with those who are non-Muslims. We need to go back to that same set as we had Nigeria, with tranquility, with peace, with mindset, and then every sense of belonging to everybody.
Other speakers admonished the congregation to use the holy month of Ramadan to pray fervently to God to work towards forces hindering national peace and unity.
Banditry, the corruption and whatever, these are the result of the sin committed by all of us. How can we free ourselves? How can we free ourselves from this sin?
What we're going through, so many insecurities, so many misdone, so injustice. So we chose to use this topic to reiterate our reasons to change and do the right thing in this.
The Forum for Islamic Guidance is a leading faith-based organization established in May 2016 with the aim of educating members on the tenets of Islam as well as their responsibility towards nation building. Deborah Gazajimaika, NTA News.
The Nasrullah Fatih Society, NAFSAT, highlighting the challenges faced by the world as a result of COVID-19. Hadiza Godwin Ebune reports.
Islamic scholars say religion is a potent, long-standing and pervasive social force. The social power it generates can be used in helpful ways to slow the spread of any pandemic. Guest speaker Sheikh Rilwan Ibrahim Olagunju says the role of a Muslim during the outbreak of any pandemic is to cultivate and maintain deep faith in Allah.
God will still send down some problems at that time, not to punish us, because it will not be as a result of any commission of offense, but just to see the extent of our faith in Him.
It is only knowledge that can set us free from this pandemic. Knowledge and sharing of that knowledge.
Chief Imam Nasfat Mosque Abuja, Sheikh Sharafuddin Aliagan and other Islamic scholars say obedience is one of the pillars of Islam. As such, the safety protocol measures are all offshoots of age-long prophetic medicine in Islam.
The Prophet of Islam sallallahu alaihi wasallam says, if there is a breakout of pandemic in a particular community and you are in that community, don't move out. La takhruju min. Don't go out of that community. And if you are outside the community and there is a breakout of pandemic in that community, don't go into that community. That is an Islamic way of safety protocol by the Holy Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam.
Issues of a pandemic, epidemic, and endemic, they are all in the Quran.
So I would like to call on the NASFAT to look inwards, to look into the society, see what they can be able to do to strengthen the people in their communities, and also to work hand in hand with the NAPTIP.
The National Life Party Society says it will use the organization as instruments of educating the public on how best to live a godly life and promote peace, which informed the theme of the 2021 Ramadan lecture, the roles and obligation of Muslims in pandemic era. Hadiza Godwin Ebuni, NTA News.
And now the latest on COVID-19 figures from the Nigerian Center for Disease Control and CDC. As of 23rd April 2021 indicates one new case of COVID-19 in the FCT, bringing the total number of confirmed cases to 19,770, while active cases stand at 517, and the number of discharged cases in the territory now stand at 19,088, and sadly, 165 deaths have so far been recorded in the FCT. Over time, the Karu Abattoir has openly become a notorious location for drug addicts and drug peddlers, despite the proactiveness of authority in charge. Aisha Bashir, who visited the area, reports that residents of the area are calling on government to come to their rescue.
Findings reveals that crime and other social vices in the Federal Capital Territory, Abuja, has been on the rise. Those who cannot afford the high cost of living in the city center find their way to the suburbs that seem not habitation-friendly. Abattoir in Karu is arguably one of such places. Operators here have mastered the act of deafening their ears to cries of animals, but are they blind to a real and existing threat? Open sale of substances like weed, codeine, marijuana, amongst others.
NDLEA, they came to arrest those boys. I was also arrested and beaten seriously. Even when I showed, even when I showed my driver's license, because I was just coming back and I was just living opposite where they are selling.
Residents around the abattoir decried the high level of crime in the neighborhood.
Behind the abattoir, that's the Man Estate Street. You know, they have been there for several years, and I know I've seen joint task force. They've come several times there. To the extent they even exchanged guns with them, and some were killed. You understand? And even at that, they kept on doing it.
Officials of National Drug Law Enforcement Agency (NDLEA) and police reportedly visited that area unannounced and made some arrests. What impact has this made?
The FCT command of the agency, in conjunction with some other operational units, they've been going out every week to some of the drug spots like the Karu Abattoir you mentioned, like Tora Bora. Tora Bora is behind Old SARS.
If you look at all the commands of the NDLEA from the northeast to the southeast, from the southwest to the northwest and north central, you'll find that drug peddlers and drug addicts are not having it as rosy as they used to.
This notorious joint, as it's fondly called by people around, is also a frontier for different types of illicit activities. Aisha Bashir, NTA News.
This is NTA Channel 5 News at 7. We will be right back after this break. Stay with us.
Every day, he has a drink packed with malt. Every day, he has a drink packed with malt and milk. Every day, he has a drink packed with malt, milk, and cocoa. Every day, he needs the nutritious goodness of Milo. Milo, the energy to go further. Every day, he has a drink packed with malt. Every day, he has a drink packed with malt and milk. Every day, he has a drink packed with malt, milk, and cocoa. Every day, he needs the nutritious goodness of Milo. Milo, the energy to go further.
After detailed investigation on the award recipients, Fatima Abbas Hassan, from her university days in the Ahmadu Bello University Zaria,
Every day, he has a drink packed with malt. Every day, he has a drink packed with malt and milk. Every day, he has a drink packed with malt, milk, and cocoa. Every day, he needs the nutritious goodness of Milo. Milo, the energy to go further.
Thanks for being there. A golden fish, they say, has no hiding place. One golden fish, a veteran broadcaster and the general manager NTA Channel 5 Abuja, Fatima Abbas Hassan, was recognized for her immense support to the youth. This recognition was by the West African Youth Parliament in Abuja. Odiri Oboru Arutere witnessed the presentation of the award.
After detailed investigation on the award recipients, Fatima Abbas Hassan, from her university days in the Ahmadu Bello University Zaria to her youth service in Bauchi State and her present career pursuit in the Nigerian Television Authority, the West African Youth Parliament thought it wise to honor this rare gem who has carved an niche for herself in the broadcast industry.
The association chose her because of her antecedent and her passion and love for youth empowerment. Because we believe that when you build the youth, you build the nation.
The general manager, while receiving the award, pledged her continuous support to youth empowerment in Nigeria and West Africa at large.
Let me start by appreciating you, the youths of our country, the youths of our continent, who are doing us proud. You are indeed the future of the country, the future of the continent, and therefore it is important that we give you all the necessary support to encourage you, to support you, to realize your full potentials.
Manager News and Current Affairs, Florence Orji, noted that the award is well deserved.
Why I feel the way I am right now is that not an earth of information or facts we presented here is coated with any sugar. We really studied our James biography.
The general manager NTA Channel 5 Abuja, Fatima Abbas Hassan, was awarded the honor of patron of the West African Youth Parliament in Abuja. Odiri Ogboru, Arutere, NTA News.
Mosul youth are full of ideas which are designed to present big picture of positive change. Findings reveal that if ideas not hold in high regard, it can lead to underachievement. In this special report, Deborah Gazazimaika spoke to a cross-section of Nigerian youth on their intellectual capacity.
In Nigeria, only 35% of youth are gainfully employed, with some into innovations such as printing, publishing and so on, while experience broadening the capacity of the youth in different fields. Some Nigerian youths, however, say there is no limit to what they can achieve if given the enabling environment.
The Nigerian youth to be self-relevant, economically viable and socially viable, because if you see, the social capital in Nigeria has really gone down. With the spate of kidnapping and the rest of them in the society, an increase in insecurity in the nation, the social capital of our society has really drones down. We want to see a situation where the Nigerian youth does not necessarily totally depend on government to be of economic value to him or herself. We want to see how we can harness information, because information is wealth. How we can harness viable information to see how to improve the skills of the Nigerian youth, to make them more economically, socio-economically valuable and viable, so they can contribute their own quota to national growth and development.
We got to take it easy. It's not all about rushing and everything. It has to do with patience, hard work, perseverance, and of course, you have to have faith in God too, whatever you're doing. Never to give up. It's just a matter of time. Keep striving, keep trying. You are doing well and you keep doing well.
The rate of unemployment is high in this country because, you see, the job is not there. But what I will urge our youth to do is to look inward. They should think outside the box, you understand, to create something out of nothing, just to, have something doing.
They say even from the entertainment point of view, Nigerian youth are perceived to have positive attitude doing the business.
I took time to address or to advise Nigerian youth like me to rise up to the occasion of being yourself self-employed. You cannot be waiting for a government to do the whole thing. because being you an entrepreneur, you can employ and employ others.
Venturing into one skill or the other, they maintain tackles idle mind, which is often described as the devil's workshop. Deborah Gazajin Micah, NTA News.
Cost of printing materials, lack of funds, and piracy are some of the hurdles being faced by authors in Nigeria. In commemorating this year's Book and Copyright Day, authors say for the creative spirit to stay alive, government should provide serene residences for authors. Sarafina Okon-Umekwe reports.
Books remain a veritable tool of learning and recreation as it educates, enlightens, entertains and equips individuals to function better.
Nigerians are reading, people are reading, but what are they reading? That's the question. A lot of the time you see people on phone, they will tell you they're reading books. Of course there are online books. Now we always try to produce, apart from the hard copy, we try to make sure that the e-copies are available for readers who may not be able to have access to the hard copy. So yes, there are e-copies, but a lot of the time people do not really want to read those books. Now it's both sides. Some people are lazy, they prefer to read chit-chats.
The theme for the year is Tell a Story, Book and National Development. Over the years, copyright has remained a worrisome issue. The day is tailored towards recognizing the scope of books, a link between the past and future, a bridge between generations and across cultures.
The Nigerian Copyright Commission is the mechanic that ensures that the copyright system keeps running, and it helps to run the book chain and also provides the necessary return on investment for the authors. We're doing the much we can at the moment, but we can always do more to ensure that piracy is brought to a single-digit number in Nigeria.
It is also important to note that the day has remained prominent in the history of literature. Sarafina Okon-Umekwe, NTA News.
On the entertainment news, popular Nollywood actress Eniola Badmus calls an endorsement with the Lagos Waste Management Authority, LOMA, as Nigerian child comedian Emanuela features in an Australian movie titled Survive or Die. Let's join Agnes Aband for these and more on entertainment news.
Popular Nollywood actress Eniola Badmus has bagged an endorsement deal with the Lagos Waste Management Authority, LOMA, after being the center of mockery during the 14th Headies Award event over her outfit. Before she was endorsed, some of her fans said that she looked like a LOMA staff on the street. Finally, Eniola Badmus was given the endorsement and she expressed appreciation for this wonderful opportunity. Furthermore, Nigerian child comedian on Makeje Comedy, Emanuela, has appeared in a movie shoot in Australia titled Survive or Die. The young star appeared in the movie alongside its major cast, Howard Barnes, Felino Deloso, and Craig Brooks. The young comedian was also crowned Favorite African Social Media Star at the 2021 Nickelodeon Kids' Choice Awards, and also floored Nigerian comedy groups such as Ikorodu Boys, South African Magician, Ghetto Kids, and many more. Meanwhile, Nigerian talented singer and record producer Olakira released an exciting song titled Shere. This masterpiece soundtrack features Tanzanian singer Zuchu, who added a special touch to the song to excite lovers of good music. Olakira, who made an international impact with his song tagged Ima Mesarati in the year 2020, which was a massive hit, has returned with this mind-blowing rhythm to excite his music fans. This song was drawn from Olakira's 2021 extended play tagged 4Play. Also, Nigerian disc jockey Florence Otedola, popularly known as DJ Copy, has taken to social media to flaunt her family home in London. The billionaire heiress, who is currently having a wonderful time with her family, disclosed this while celebrating her sister's birthday, Tolani, who turned a new age. To wrap up today's news, here's a short comedy clip for your viewing delight.
And now sports. Genaro confirms Nigeria's interest in Crystal Palace midfielder Ebereze as England rugby team wins Guinness Women's Six Nations for third year in a row. Cynthia Ogun has more on Sports Brief.
Nigeria's Super Eagles coach Gernot Rohr has hinted that he contacted Ebere Eze over the possibility of playing for the Super Eagles. Eze once trained with the Super Eagles before a cancelled friendly against Burkina Faso in 2017, but the player has developed into one of the hottest football properties in England. Rohr admitted that he's an admirer of the player and contacted him about switching allegiance to the West African Giants. Meanwhile, Nigeria Football Federation has confirmed that they have finally paid the bonus of Nigeria's squad to the 2019 Africa Cup of Nations in Egypt. The announcement was made on Twitter, but it is unclear if Gernot Rohr has also received his unpaid salaries. In rugby, England claimed their third Women's Six Nations title in a row with a hard-fought 10-6 victory over France. Meanwhile, Ireland stormed to a 25-5 victory over Italy to claim third place overall. With Sports Brief, Cynthia Ogun, NTA News.
And just before we go, remember COVID-19 vaccine is free. Please avail yourself the opportunity to be vaccinated. It is an effective way of curtailing the spread of the virus. That's the news. We thank you for watching.